when I do these videos, many times I feel like shit. I'm gonna run out of. I don't know what else to say. I've already said a lot of stuff. And whenever I'm in that place of like, I've ran out of ideas, I know it's false because of so many years of making music and making beats. And when you're in that place, it's so important to push yourself. You got to push yourself. You can't wait for inspiration. You can't just wait for it to hit. You have to just, like, I pulled out the camera, I made a video, I went to my notes. It wasn't like a potent banger video that I was like zoned in on, but it was a valuable video nonetheless. And now I'm more in a place where I can flow. I had to do one or two videos to get myself in this rhythm. So same when you're making music, when you're making beats, you may have to make a shit beat in the beginning. Like many times you do have to make a shit beat, but don't judge what you're making. Trust your first takes and get the energy out. You got to get your body warmed up. You got to get yourself into the flow, into the rhythm. It's like you're getting yourself in a frequency. It's like there's all these different levels of frequency. And let's say you're right here, you're uninspired. You have to just go and level up here to take the action. And then you can start hearing stuff from here, and then you do it again and again. It's pretty simple. But now I feel like I started here and now I jumped right over here. That's possible too when you do it every day. In the beginning, it was like, some days I would even be stuck in here and it would just be shit videos. But I still post them because it's momentum. Anyway, that's why you finish all your beats, you finish all your tracks. But you can jump here. Like I jumped from here right now to here. And that's usually my rhythm now every time I make a video. And now I'm in the vortex so I can flow. And it's like I'm more confident, I'm more comfortable. I've done over 1,000 videos. So I can easily jump here because I've done quantity. Quantity over quality, and then quantity and quality. There's no way to get to quality without quantity. It's stupid to think that you're going to have the best rollout and the best song and the best album if you haven't put in the reps. It's just like sports. It's just like anything else. So you have to practice the release process just as much as you need to practice the creation process. And most artists get stuck because they spend all their life practicing the instrument, getting really good. And then when it comes to promoting it, they don't know how to do it and they don't know how to handle the energy of their stuff being seen. So they just keep making excuses. Oh, it's not mixed. Oh, it's not mastered. I need to get marketed. It needs to be perfect. And then, you spend so much time doing all this stuff. And then by the time it's time to put out, you don't even want to put it out. And you don't even want to push it. And a lot of stuff just gets shelved by your own being because, you haven't followed the correct creation cycle and you're going in a negative momentum. But anyway, you have to create and release and repeat. That's called the correct creation cycle. I established that through my metaphysics of music curriculum and studies. And this is about flow and inspiration and frequency. It's like level 1, 2, 3, 4. You got the different levels and you have to decide, and then you take action, you move, and eventually you'll be able to jump from here to here and you'll be able to just flow. And now it's like if I talk about it, it's like it's I don't know exactly what I'm going to talk about, but I know the feeling of what this feels like compared to this. This is kind of uninspired. This is kind of like, why the fuck am I doing this? This is like, what is happening? Like, I want to just quit. I want to stop. This is stupid. What are people going to think about this video after all my other banger videos? And it's like, those are shit thoughts, but the only way to get out of the shit thoughts is through action and forced action. You force yourself to act. You get in the vortex after quantity. And, that's the only way to do it. But the whole thing behind it is your mind is directing it and your mind is deciding. That's the first step in my book, How to Make a Banger. You got to decide it's a banger. That's the first step before anything. And you have to hold that energy. And that is the masculine energy. That is a strength. That is a muscle that you need to work. And it's something you need to do with others. It's something you need to do in public. And it's something that you need to work at. You need to get stronger at it. So you get here You get from here to here, and it's a frequency. I can't really explain it other than I feel it, and now I can kind of keep talking infinitely because I'm in this frequency, and I'm receiving information much clearer. It's like in these other levels, it's harder and harder to receive the information, and sometimes you don't even get it. Like I didn't even have it here, which is why it's so important when you're in a flow. When you're in here, you have to keep getting it in order to keep moving up. Doesn't matter if you're in the bathroom. It doesn't matter if you're in the subway. It doesn't matter if you're in your car. You're inspired by an idea, you need to do it. Because I was just looking back at my notes and what I referenced my last video on. Like I did it, but I did it kind of hollow. And it wasn't holding that energy. And that energy is what makes people connect. That energy is what makes a viral video. That energy is what makes a song connect with people. Right? So that's the energy I'm focused on here. And that's another lesson for me of like, it doesn't matter how busy I am. If I'm in the vortex, if I'm in the zone and I'm having ideas, I need to just whip out my phone and do it in some degree. Do it in some degree because that last video, it was not it. In my opinion, maybe you guys will watch it and it will go viral. But either way, you have to, when you're in there, like you get there and then you stay here through constantly listening. And you may get overwhelmed, but it's really just yourself expanding. The universe is giving you information so you can keep expanding and even leveling up. There's infinite amount of levels you can go to. So, but it's about riding the wave. It's about riding the current. It's like this is all waves. And the waves get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And you can ride it like a dolphin. That's why it's Dolphin Gang. So, if you enjoy this, get my book, The Metaphysics of Music. Have a great day. Peace.